All right, good morning, or well, good afternoon now. This is an update on Hurricane Irma, still at 150-mile-per-hour maximum sustained winds, moving west-northwest at 14 miles per hour, still on the north side of Cuba right now, and will start to get a little closer to Cuba before making that right-hand turn. And it is still, as we've been saying for days, Saturday, when we see that turn north, that will ultimately determine the path across or near Florida that this storm will take. At the present time, the National Hurricane Center has that line just barely to the west of the center of the state as it works its way from south to north, and that will begin early on Sunday and then continuing into early Monday before we'll start to see relief from the wind and rain as it continues north through the center of the state and then into Georgia. The spaghetti models right now are all grouped right around the line that you see here that's bright yellow. That's the National Hurricane Center's forecast track, or the center of it. And then the spaghetti models are clustered close to it or slightly to the east. There is a possibility that we'll continue to see that shift going back and forth east and west over the next 24 hours. It will be tomorrow when we see that turn that we will eventually know that final path across the state. So what we're expecting as the path remains now is that we could see those tropical storm force winds beginning late Saturday night in our southern counties or very early Sunday morning, and then continuing to move north throughout the day. Tampa Bay through Lakeland and on south has all been added now to the hurricane watch, where you see those darker red counties farther to our south. That's where we have a hurricane warning. So we are watching to see if we will have hurricane force winds across our area, whereas to the south, they are already expecting to see those hurricane force winds coming as Irma makes its way on shore. As we look at the probability of tropical storm force winds, you can see with this current path now, we're in that 80 to 90 percentile close to the coast that we will see tropical storm force sustained winds. Farther inland, we're at 100%. So it's pretty much a guarantee on this current path that you'll see tropical storm force winds, which is anything from 39 miles per hour up to 74 mile per hour winds in that area. Now, as far as hurricane force winds, it's looking much less likely once that storm moves into the Everglades. If it stays on the current track, it will start to deteriorate some. So as it works its way north, it's harder and harder to hold those hurricane force winds together. So again, we are looking at some pretty hefty wind speeds, but not necessarily we're going to see hurricane force winds across the entire state. The bottom line is, with what we're expected to see at this point, we can expect that there will be a lot of power outages across the area. There's a low chance here closer to the coastline, and then it becomes moderate to high. I should say moderate along the coast, and then high inland and severe over on the east coast of Florida. So again, you'll want to make sure that your home is prepared right now until about Saturday night. That's the length of time you've got now to prepare for the storm. You want to make sure that you've got your house well stocked. You want to check your yard, especially with these wind speeds now that we're looking at across the area. You want to make sure you don't have loose items that could be blowing around. Also check to see if you have any trees with loose limbs or broken limbs that could fly off in heavy winds and cause damage to your home. And again, keep your house stocked with bottled water, and your pantry. You may want to start eating out of the freezer and the fridge in case you do lose power, so that you don't lose those items. And of course, keep the Action News app on your mobile device. Download it if you don't have it. We'll continue to give you updates throughout the day on the storm, as well as the Storm Shield app, so that you can monitor the storm while you're on the go. Again, you want to be in place by Saturday night in a secure location that you're comfortable with for riding out the storm through Monday afternoon at the earliest. We'll continue to update you here every hour on the hour.